Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
.com. It is the 9th of September. Big day over these next couple days. Well, let's start with what I've been screaming about for so long. The solar installs, more proof that we've been lied to again by the Silver Institute and Metals Focus, and don't forget Jeffrey Christian and CPM, because they all ended up with about the same numbers. The amount of solar installs in the last 2 years, if it keeps going from here, and I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, has increased 135% in just 2 years. Except the official numbers for the Silver Institute, Metals Focus, and CPM Group have only gone up about 65% over that same time. So they're about half, they're getting it about half right and half wrong. And that half is a massive amount of silver. Could be up to 200 million ounces that they're missing. So yeah, keep that in mind as you're thinking about buying silver. Because there's no way that solar is going to stop. China will not stop. India will not stop. That is not the plan at all. The plan is the opposite. Even the U.S. is starting to ramp up again, even though they tried to get everybody to think Janet Yellen didn't care about the silver in the solar plants when she went over to China and begged, and I mean begged, that they stop making solar panels. And China said, turn around and leave. Pretty much. Silver's being held down, 28.30. It is by the shorts, obviously, a handful of shorts. These are who are keeping the price of silver down. They're gunning for this. The 200-day moving average, will they make it? I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. Volumes ticked up right here. Yesterday, the volume was, let's see, 450 million ounces just in derivative trading on just an average day. It's just so ridiculous now. These numbers make no sense, and but that's what we're given. And on the Commitment of Traders report, this one ended last Tuesday, so the new one will end tomorrow. As you can tell, with the fall in the price of silver, massive amount of commercial shorts are trying to get out. Look at this. Minus 5,000 plus minus 2, that's 7,000, spreading 6,000. 7,000 contracts is 35 million ounces. They're chipping away at it. Still have a massive short position of, let's see, 80, 90, maybe 100 million ounces. And that's just a handful of shorts. And we know one of them. You want to see one of them? Right here, HSBC. We've been talking about this all year. Look at, they're practically the only one delivering. They're the main delivery entity, means they're the main short. Obviously, it has to be that way. The only way they would have to deliver is if they were short silver. So it is guaranteed that HSBC is one of the large commercial shorts. And probably the largest, because look at all the deliveries they made. I mean, this month, it's, what, 6,000? Or, I mean, 6 million ounces of silver from just one entity. And, the whole thing is 30, I think. Let's see, where is it? No, less than that. 4 times 5, 20, about 25, 26 million. Yeah, and of course JP Morgan's customers. By the way, this is HSBC customer account. Notice that. Not that it matters, but it's probably BlackRock, or actually the HSBC customer is probably the U.S. Mint. Yep, the U.S. Mint actively manipulates markets through HSBC. And then, so every time I see something about HSBC, my eyes and ears perk up. HSBC molds merging commercial investment bank to cut costs. Is HSBC in trouble again? Deliberations come as Ed Hederly takes reins as chief executive. Combined unit would be home to more than 90,000 HSBC employees. HSBC Holdings, Inc. is weighing combining its commercial and investment bank divisions as part of a new executive Chief Executive Officer George Headley's push to eliminate overlapping roles across the company. You never know. When the big announcements like this are announced, I can guarantee you it's got to do with gold and silver. But we aren't allowed to know. That's the key. We're not allowed to know. China central bank pauses gold purchases for a fourth month in a row. China's central bank held back on buying gold for its reserves for the fourth straight month in August. Official data shows China's gold holdings stood at 72 million fine troy ounces at the end of last month. The value of the gold reserves, however, rose to 182 billion compared to 176 billion at the end of July. So does China, well, how much gold does China have? Let's take a look. They're like in sixth place with 2,192 tons. And if you believe that, I've got a lovely place, a waterfront property in a Florida gator swamp. China has been taking off well over 2,000 tons of gold off the markets every single year since I can remember. Since I was getting into it in the late 90s. That's what China was doing. So just times that, 2,000 would be the low side, I'd say. 2,000 times, what is that? That would be, I don't know, 80,000 tons of gold that China has now. Way more than the United States claims to have. Now, I think the United States has a hell of a lot more than 8,000 tons. And it's been stuck there forever. We used to have like 50,000 tons. But then they tried to sell it off to control the price of the dollar, and just idiots. But see all these numbers, none of them are real. They're all fake. If the Fed cuts rate a half point, should Trump complain, rejoice, neither or both? So interest rates are coming on the day after the debate. The debate is tomorrow, September 10th. And then the interest rate number, the new one, September 18th, next week. But the CPI report comes in, I think it is on September 11th. So let's run a scenario. Under no circumstances do I see this debate being uneventful. Trump and Harris are debating tomorrow night on September 10th. I'm sure Harris will have her, her same thing that Hillary and Biden did, their ear microphones plugged in so someone can feed them the answers. Hillary even had something under her podium, if you guys remember those videos. So yeah, there'll be plenty of cheating going on, but the question is Harris quick enough and can think on her feet enough to run the gauntlet? And because I think it's MSNBC is running the show. It's going to be an anti-Trump fest, the entire thing. It's going to be embarrassing, but Trump can handle it. Let's go to, this is what the CPI is looking like. Whether these numbers are real or not, we know it's fake, but this is what they're running with. So if the CPI number comes in continually, on the low side, then the Fed has the excuse of raising interest rates. Oh, we don't want to, be behind the curve because it's harder to catch up. Unbelievable. All it tells me is there's some banks crashing in the background right now as we speak. Let's see here. A quick note on T-Fuel ran out over the, it was going down below 5 cents. It quickly turned and is probably going to run, I don't know what T-Fuel, 10X would be pretty easy. It would be like 60 cents. I think we'll get there in the next, the conclusion of the next bull run. So yeah, I do know that Theta fuel is way undervalued in relation to Theta. And I'm not saying Theta's overvalued by any stretch of the imagination, but Theta fuel, I think I'll do the same thing silver does and start running in relation to Theta. But we'll find out, right? Who knows what they're going to do? when the shit hits the fan. Anyway, we have 16 days, 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 7 seconds to the mobile Edge node launch, unleashing 3.9 billion Android devices that are sharing computing capacity, broadband, and sharing their hard drive space. This is all happening in literally 16 days. You guys, if you don't have your T-Fuel by now, I don't know what you're waiting for. Anyway, that's what I got you. That's what I got for you right now. Right now, we are giving away 10 Theta, 100 T-Fuel, and 1,000 T-Drop, all loaded on a paper wallet, ready to go for joining the private road or renewing your subscription. And you can do that at any time. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you guys later.